now that I'm back home, I'm gonna make myself a protein pancake bowl. I've been non-stop talking about this breakfast because it's my hyperfixation recently, and it's so good. Plus today we've got lots on the agenda. It's gonna be a very productive Wednesday. So I wanted to make myself some breakfast this morning, get some work started for the day, and then change and head out to the grocery store in a little bit. But I'll show you guys how I make my protein pancake bowl. I actually found this recipe on TikTok. I believe it was from Brinley. I'll find it and link it down below for you guys. But all you do is 1/3 cup of pancake mix. Then I just took half a banana and I'm gonna mash that up with the waffle mix. Honestly, you could probably do that before you put the mix in, but whatever, doesn't matter. And then for liquids, I'm gonna do half a cup of egg whites. Also, you can totally add protein powder to this. Usually I'll just do like 1/4 of a scoop of protein powder and it'll either be whey protein or plant-based. I've tried with both and it still cooks the same. So now that everything's mixed, I'm gonna add a cover on top. This is crucial, otherwise it's not gonna cook the same. And then I'm gonna microwave it for 3 minutes. After about 3 minutes in the microwave, it'll just look like this, and it kind of has like a very spongy texture, and that's how you know it's done. And then on top of it, this is the fun part, adding all the toppings. So I'll just do a scoop of Greek yogurt, which again adds lots of protein. I love to top my bowl with a bunch of fruit, so I'll just do some blackberries and then some frozen raspberries. And then of course, a hefty drizzle of some maple syrup. This looks so freaking good. This was all I could think about after my run this morning. I'm headed out right now to do a big old grocery shop. I've been needing to do this, especially from Costco. So we're gonna go to both Costco and at Trader Joe's today. That's where I get majority of my groceries. I do like Publix, and I pretty much just like pop into Publix here and there, as I have been for the last couple weeks. But I have yet to do like a major grocery restock ever since moving into my new apartment. So that's what we're doing today, and it is long overdue. So I have like a whole list on my phone of things that I'm gonna get from Trader Joe's and then also Costco. So once I get back, I'll have a big old grocery haul for you guys.
Thank you for shopping at Costco.
I'm back from the grocery store. Now time to get into the big grocery haul and the major restock. Starting with Trader Joe's. I spent about $62 at Trader Joe's, which is kind of typical for me every single time I go there. But I just got some carrots, some buffalo chicken dip. I want to start having healthier snack options on hand rather than opting for something more processed. So I also got some hummus to dip with the carrots as well. I find myself just kind of having protein bars and just like ultra processed foods as snacks because I'm a snacker girl. Like I love to have my snacks throughout the day. So I was like, let's start getting more whole food snack options like deli turkey, which I'll show you guys in a second, that I got from Costco. But just things like that, like little changes. So I also got some arugula, some bell peppers. These are great chopped up and put into salads, but also a great snack option as well. I've seen people pair bell peppers with cream cheese. I've never tried that before, but I'm sure it could be pretty good. I'm not like a big cream cheese person. I like cottage cheese though, but that and bell peppers I wouldn't pair together. And then shredded lettuce. This week I really want to make my Greek bowls. I love making these quick 5-minute Greek bowls with these chicken sausages or these chicken meatballs. These are one of my Trader Joe's staples because they're pre-cooked, which is amazing. I get so weird about cooking chicken because I'm always fearful that I'm gonna undercook it. But these chicken meatballs, for 4 meatballs, it's 16 grams of protein. So you can put them in the air fryer, you can put them on a frying pan, which is usually what I do, and you can like heat them up within literally like 3 minutes. And I put them with some shredded lettuce, some rice, tomatoes, also like pickled onions is really good with it. And then what makes my Greek bowls is this vegan creamy dill dressing. You guys have probably heard me talk about this dressing plenty of times in my videos. It's like my go-to dressing on top of any salad that I make, any bowls that I make. It's just like a very fresh, light taste, which I love. And I really like the flavor of dill, and this definitely has like a very strong dill flavor to it. Another salad dressing that I absolutely love from Trader Joe's is the green goddess dressing. This has avocado, green onion, lemon juice, chives, basil, and garlic. Again, super clean and simple ingredients with this one as well. And I love the flavor of this. It definitely has a very strong basil flavor. So if you're not a fan of basil, I wouldn't recommend this. It reminds me so much of summer because it has that very fresh, like light flavor. So this one also is a great option. And then as for proteins, I just got some tempeh. I love putting tempeh in my Nourishables. This is probably a recipe that I make at least once or twice for dinner throughout the week. The macros on tempeh is insane. I think there's 16 grams of protein and 6 grams of fiber, which is crazy. So I always love incorporating this as like a protein throughout the week. And then I've been big into the beef bowls. You guys have probably seen it all over like Instagram or TikTok. This is the organic ground beef, 85% lean, 15% fat, and it's 100% grass fed. People have talked a lot about like grass-fed meat versus not grass-fed, and I really looked into it, and that's something that I really make a priority when it comes to buying like red meat like this, because I never used to be into red meat, and I started incorporating it slowly, and I'm like, okay, actually I really like this. It keeps me satiated, it keeps me full, and it's so incredibly good for you. So I just got this one from Trader Joe's. The price on this at Trader Joe's is unbeatable. I feel like at other places it can be upwards of, you know, $12 to $20 just because it's grass-fed, but I believe this was around like maybe 8 or 9, but it's really good with the beef bowls. Like, I love using this, and I'll put like garlic powder on top. Sometimes I'll make like taco bowls and just use taco seasoning with it. So many different ways to incorporate ground beef, and again, it's just like a great healthy source of protein. Now moving on to bag number 2. This is just like a few snacks that I got some popcorn, of course, because your girl loves her popcorn. This one isn't my favorite from Trader Joe's, but like it'll do. I was at Trader Joe's, I'm gonna get the popcorn. And then I just got some coconut aminos. This is always what I like to season my vegetables with. Then next couple things I got are some protein bars. Are these best for me? No, but I always say everything in moderation, and especially on days where I'm like very busy, I'm away from home pretty much all day, and I just need something quick and something that's gonna hold me over until like lunch or dinner. Having a protein bar is perfect to have on hand, and plus if I want something a little bit sweet, I love opting for this instead. I did get some chopsticks, which is definitely like a #1 choice to carry in my purse rather than, you know, something like this that is probably filled with lots of junk, but I love having chopsticks as well. But sometimes I'm like, I just want something a little sweet instead of savory. So these Barabelle protein bars are some of my favorites. And then I also just got these Fulfill chocolate and sea salt ones. Last couple things, I just got a restock of some almond butter. I go through almond butter and peanut butter like no one's business, so just gotta get some of that. And then my favorite sweet treat, the dark chocolate almond butter cups. So freaking bomb. I'm the type of person that cannot end off the night without a sweet treat, so these ones from Trader Joe's are probably my go-to, especially when you freeze them. If you've never tried them before, do yourself a favor. Now onto Costco. This is pretty much like the bulk restock of things that I have every single day. So starting with, I just got a big tub of spring mix. Also had to do a restock of the 18-pack of gum. I got some pineapple. I love having a cold, fresh cut pineapple on hand. It's so yummy. It's just like refreshing, and it reminds me of summer. I cannot wait until it's watermelon season because I eat like a whole watermelon probably within 2 days, and I cannot wait. And then I just got some Greek yogurt, of course. I fly through that. Some chopsticks, a great high protein snack to have on hand. I also just got some deli turkey. I love having this plain, or I just make like a little charcuterie board and stuff with like cheese, fruit, a little platter, if you will, like a little snack plate. I got a huge thing of tofu because I love using tofu as well as like tempeh in my Nourishables, like I said, and it's great to like meal prep at the beginning of the week as well. Another thing I love for my Nourishables is crushing up some of these mushroom crisps on top, or I'll use it on top of my salads, and it kind of acts as like a crouton. Honestly, they're so good. Last couple things, I just picked up some buns of pasta. This is a staple to have in my pantry. Again, quick and easy go-to meal to make with this, and some chicken meatballs, some marinara sauce. And the last thing I got is just the Magic Spoon grain-free cereal. I love to use this as like a granola, or honestly just eat by itself with milk. It's really good. It tastes so much like Fruit Loops, but it's definitely better for you. So just got that, and that was pretty much everything that I picked up from Costco. But now I'm gonna take care of putting everything away and organizing the fridge and just cleaning it out a little bit. Now it's time to get into my productive workflow and just spend some time editing for the next like 2 or 3 hours on my laptop. I started a few projects, like working on editing those this morning, and I'm gonna wrap up all that right now. I find that I'm the most productive, especially when it comes to work things, like very early in the morning. So I've been really making that like a priority, just knocking out some of those simple tasks so that they aren't just like looming over my head during the day. And how I like to organize my schedule is I'll just like write down a master to-do list of everything that I want to get done for the day. I started editing a couple of projects really early this morning because within the last like week or so, I'd say probably 2 weeks, I've been getting up earlier and I just knock out work like first thing in the morning, which probably isn't the best to do, but I feel like my brain is the most like creative and active during that time. And for some reason, it just makes my days feel so much longer because I got like a big chunk of my to-do list and smaller tasks done and over with first thing in the morning, like before workout. So I've been doing that like right away in the mornings, and it just feels so good to get things started or projects finished up. So I'm gonna wrap up doing some editing right now. I'm working on a couple of TikToks and then also a YouTube vlog. I find that I bounce from like project to project because if I fixate too much on like a TikTok that I'm editing or a YouTube vlog, I'll just get into a very like perfectionist mindset and the project will take me much longer than it needs to. So if I find myself like getting that way with a certain project, I'm like, okay, on to the next. We will circle back to the last one, but I like to organize my schedule. I try to time block. I'm still trying to make that more of a priority. I always do it when I know I have like a very, very busy work day. But today was pretty loose in terms of things that like needed to be submitted and all of that. But when I have like lots of filming to do, lots of editing to do in a single like day or a couple of days, that's when I like to really time block my schedule and just feel more organized in that sort of sense, because I do find that it helps me get so much done in like a much more timely manner instead of just like procrastinating or waiting things out. Because if I'm told I have 2 hours to do something, I'm gonna maximize that 2 hours and like really get to it. But if I'm told I have 2 weeks to do something, I'm gonna find other things to do, you know? But anyways, I still need to edit those videos, so I'm gonna do that right now. I had a meeting, but that got canceled, so I can cross that off. I needed to head out like 5 minutes ago, but quick little outfit before I go to my workout class. This entire outfit is from Amazon. I love my Amazon workout sets, as we know. These shorts are CRZ Yoga. I love them. I think the pink color is so cute. And then this white tank is also CRZ Yoga. I can link this entire fit down below. I have it in black and I wear this tank like all the time. Even if I'm just hanging around running errands, I think it's so flattering. But I'm gonna make myself some electrolytes quick. I also totally forgot I have plans with a friend tonight to go on a walk along Bayshore. So her and I are gonna meet up after my workout class tonight. But I was reminded and I'm like, oh my gosh, I am glad I did not forget because that would have been bad. But this is the Pro Mix Electrolyte Hydration. They sent me a bunch of stuff and I'm really excited to try. I've heard great things about their protein powders. This is the grass-fed whey protein powder packets and then also some of their Debloat pre and probiotic. I also love that it's in these travel pack little containers, or not containers, packages. Clearly I'm rushed. I'm like not making sense right now. Of course I have to end off the night doing a whole everything shower because that's just the best thing ever. And that's like my favorite thing about living alone. One of the many things that I love about living alone is like you can just have a very quiet, chill, long, solo self-care night. And that's exactly what I'm doing tonight because I feel like I haven't had a night like this in quite a while. Although there are some days where I'm like, dang, I really would wish, I'm like losing my train of thought right now. I would love to have a roommate like at some points, because I feel like ever since moving to Florida, I have become the most extroverted version of myself. I always used to think I was a very extroverted introvert, but now that I come to think of it, I've realized within the last probably like week and a half, I'm seeing one of my friends at least on like a daily basis, whether it's going for walks, going to workout classes, working from home at like a coffee shop together. And I love it. Like, even though I spend time alone and be independent and stuff, it gets to a certain point where I'm like, okay, I need social time. I need to be with my friends. And I feel like that's been my era of life for the past like year to year and a half, has just been very like social butterfly. And I want to do more things that get me like really out of my comfort zone with being social because I tend to do things with like the people that I know and the friends that I've made and stuff, and not really going to like a run club or events like on my own and solo. And I think doing things like that really helps build your confidence. I know for me personally, like even something like dating, like that helps build confidence so much because you're forced to be in like an uncomfortable position and meeting someone that you don't know, or you may know like a little bit, like having that small talk, having that conversation, and it really does just like build up your confidence. And I think same with going to like events, whether it's like yoga on the lawn, or for example tonight my friend and I were on a walk and there was like yoga on the beach, and it's like a free yoga class that anyone can take in the community. And I just want to start finding more ways to meet other people like very organically, and like pushing myself out of my comfort zone in that sort of way, because I feel like a lot of the friends that I have right now are in Tampa, so that's something that like makes it difficult, because sometimes on the weekends I'm like going back and forth to Tampa quite a bit. But I have made a few friends here in St. Pete. It's just like, I don't know why, but it's like I knew I was an introvert or an extrovert when I realized how much it fills my cup to meet other people and just like be social, and I feel recharged doing that. So I'm like, okay, come to realize I'm definitely way more extroverted than I thought I was. Just got me thinking today, because I went to a workout class with one of my friends and then met up with my friend Audrey afterwards, and we were just chatting the entire walk. And I'm like, you know what, we were talking about random things, and then this conversation got brought up about like living alone and stuff, because we both live on our own, and as much as it's like a blessing and I absolutely love it, I feel like I wouldn't trade it for the world. It is nice to just get out and see your friends throughout the week rather than just like on the weekends. And it also makes the weeks more interesting and just more enjoyable, because you can get so caught up in your routine, like working from home, caught up in work and all of that. And I actually posted an Instagram reel the other day of like my workout routine throughout the week and my daily step count, and a lot of questions were like, how do you manage to get your step count so high? What do you do? And obviously I do have the luxury to kind of create my own schedule for myself, but whether I had this job or not, I've made it a big priority to like go on walks, whether it's in the morning or in the evening, with friends, by myself, whatever. And obviously having Frankie is like very helpful because he's a very active pup. But beside that, I just think spending about like an hour maybe in your morning, you could like respond to emails during that time, or wake up. Oh my gosh, I'm like almost out of my hair oil. This Gisu hair oil is some of my favorite stuff. Kind of back to what I was saying, another thing too is you could wake up about 30 or 45 minutes earlier and make that time the time that you get outside and go for walks. Also, another thing I like to do is work from my phone on the treadmill, so I could get some steps in doing that. Typically I'll do that for like an hour or so, and that's when I like to edit my TikToks, kind of draft out like Instagram posts, create my Instagram stories, that sort of thing. So I'm always being productive when I am on my walks, and sometimes though it is nice, especially at the end of the day, to just like decompress and not be on my phone while I'm going for walks. Like this morning I was on my phone after I went for a run, because I did a run and then I just decided to walk for about 3 miles, which was kind of crazy, but I was like, I'm down here and it is beautiful out this morning, so I wanted to take advantage of it and enjoy the sunrise while I could. Anyways, that was like a really random tangent. I feel like today I'm just filled with random tangents and all that. But oh, also something I've been doing for my skin too, which I've loved, is I'll do a hyaluronic acid. This is from La Roche-Posay, so I love the brand so much, and also they have a great vitamin C that I usually use, but I just ran out of that, so I've been using the hyaluronic acid morning and night, and then in the evening I'll just use this Versed Press Restart Gentle Retinol Serum. Retinol is great for the skin, especially for just like repairing your skin cells, so I like to use this to just really help with acne, scars, acne, all of that, and the hyaluronic acid just adds lots of hydration to the skin. So I always love to do that, especially after washing my face, because you just dry out your skin and everything. My skin is like parched after I wash it, because the cleansing oil or the cleansing gel that I use is like an acne based one, so it has salicylic acid in it, which naturally just really dries out your skin. So I try to stay on top of keeping my skin extra moisturized. I decided for myself that April is going to be the month that I start my beach reads, because there are so many like summertime and beachy reads that I want to finish by the end of summer. And to me, like, a beach read is just a genre in and of itself. Like, I can't read it any other time of the year besides the summer. it just won't hit the same. So I'm gonna start off with reading Emily Henry's Happy Place. I've heard a million people talk about this book. I actually think I got this at the beginning of the summer last year and I just never got around to reading it. Plus, I love Emily Henry's writing so much, so I feel like this will just be the perfect book to start off with. Anyways, I'm just gonna read for like 20 minutes or so and end up the night. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I love you all so much. Make sure to subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys in the next vlog. Bye.